How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the 100% walkthrough for Lies of P. So, in the last episode, we took care of the first boss, the Parade Master. We have made it to the hotel. We are going to be taking a little tour around the hotel today and talking to the NPCs around here. First, with the Stargazer, you are, as I mentioned before, you are able to warp to other stargazers as well as the hotel, and you can see in the hotel at the bottom we have a number of NPCs to talk to.
I'll
The
use my
menu
power to help
will
you.
show you that each time you go into a stargazer
Ergo is
if
the
you have side
miracle
quests
that
to
made
complete
Krat
and
grow.
stuff.
Without when you move, gather more. In the folklore of Krat, gem as you get.
You can go through these dialogue options at your leisure. We did level up in the last
I
episode.
heard about you from Geppetto, but to see you in person, wow. You should take this. Geppetto left it with me.
This is the Eugenie. She is the blacksmith lady. We got a new Legion arm. Okay, so we got the puppet string. Special equipment. It can be modified to all sorts of new forms.
The sound of it alone. That craftsmanship comes only from the hands of Geppetto. You must be something else. A custom arm from Geppetto himself is quite an accessory. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I am Eugenie from the Workshop Union. I know my way around weapons of all kinds. I'm sure Master Geppetto would agree. If any of your weapons need work, bring them to me. I know my way around a weapon. Want me to look at something?
Okay, so we have the upgrade weapon menu. You can use moonstones to upgrade your weapons. We do have one of those. So right now we are not going to use that. We are going to save that for another weapon that we will be getting probably by the end of this episode. On the right side, you can see all the fable arts on the handle and the blade and the scaling, and then there is some information about the blade and the handle. If you press Y or triangle, you go to the different pages of that screen. So this is a puppet saber. It's a true quality weapon, CC scaling. Now you can alter your handle on your weapon because this is where the scaling actually comes from. And the move set once you start disassembling weapons and stuff like that. So you can change strength scaling, dexterity scaling, or advanced scaling.
A stargazer. It powers the stalkers and...
Again, I'm
If you
going to
want
skip
to,
through
don't look
these
in-
dialogue options. You can listen to the full spiel at your convenience. This we can switch Legion arm. So right now we just set the left arm and the puppet string. These do have scaling as well, and they do have upgrades in each of the Legion arms. We get items later on that we will be able to do that. These are 2 test dummies out here. You can test damage and stuff like that. Very convenient right outside the blacksmith. Test out new weapons, upgrade weapons, check out your damage, that sort of thing. Assemble weapons. Very handy. Over here, we have Antonia, who is the owner of the hotel.
Unexpected guests are welcome. We don't insist on reservations. I am Antonia, and this is my hotel. Welcome. Oh, I knew from the moment we met that you're Geppetto's puppet. He might have a few loose screws, but Geppetto's skills are undiminished. It's a shame. He took off for Elysion Boulevard, and he never came back. If he doesn't turn up soon, we'll have to make a new coffin. Oh, I forgot. I was keeping this for him. It comes with a long story. but I think it's better off with you. Please find that old man. And do take care of yourself out there.
Okay. So we got a gesture and a outfit from her. So basically, you can put on that outfit and then use that gesture and get a reaction from Antonia. Now, several of the gestures throughout the game you can do in front of multiple NPCs, and you may get humanity points or just a straight reaction or different dialogue from the NPC. So
It suits you. For a moment there, you look just like... Oh, forgive me, I'm rambling. When you get to my age, your memories are like good friends. And just as distracting.
Okay. So I'll put our pulse cell back on here. Alright. There is a little tidbit landmark guide. Benini Landmark Guide 1. So you guys can read that at your leisure. Multiple pages in there. Now, one thing I will say, when you pick up notes like that, you do want to scroll through all the pages, because sometimes you may get items or gestures by reading all the pages. So it is advisable to flip through all the pages. You can perform at the piano there, as you saw. Your playing will improve as the playthrough goes on, and by the end of the game, there is an achievement for playing a full melody. Back there, another NPC will appear later on, and we have a kitty. Yeah, right now, kitty don't like you because you're a puppet. Yeah. But as you continue to lie and essentially turn into a real boy, the cat will start to like you. So be sure to keep checking in with the kitty. Okay, so up top there, Geppetto will be once we save him.
Polendina, butler to Lady Antonia. Please let me know how I may be of service. At Hotel Krat, comfort and calm walk hand in hand. Welcome to Hotel Krat. How may I be of service?
So this is the hotel shop.
The
You
Grand
can
Covenant
go through
is
these
the first
dialogue
law,
options as
second
well.
law, third law, fourth law. I've told you about the law.
Now,
Welcome
much like Dark Souls 3, we will get items out in the world that can expand the shop in the hotel. Much like Elden Ring as well. You know, you'd get those items in Elden Ring that would expand the shop. You can buy more. So we are heading out now to Elysion Boulevard. That is really all that we could accomplish right now in the hub. Like I said, we will be saving Geppetto, and he will be upstairs in the hub later on. There are some other doors up top that we could have pointed out, but we can't do anything with them now, so no sense in going up there and doing anything right now with them.
Hey, let's be more careful. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood. I hate these guys. But don't be alarmed. My name is Gemini. We'll talk later, when we're safe.
Okay. So you can talk to Gemini at this Stargazer here. You can also switch to Legion Arm at any Stargazer.
I'm Gemini, your friendly puppet guide. Or friendly guide puppet? I don't know, one of those. I'm also a friend of Sophia's. Last time I woke up, Sophia was there because she woke me up. But I'm sure there are still other memories in there. Sorry. Must be the shock. Bear with me, and I'll do my best to guide you.
Yeah. All right. So as we move on here, obviously, like any Souls or Souls-like game, we may encounter the same enemies, same puppets. However, as we progress through the game, they will increase in difficulty, how hard they can hit, and the amount of HP that they have. So, as you can see, these guys are taking 3 hits now. So we just got a throwing cell and a Legion magazine. Let's take a look at those real quick. So the Legion magazine you can load into the Legion arm to utilize more of it. A throwing cell is a electric throwable that are pretty handy against puppets. Throwables in this game, like I mentioned, are pretty potent. We'll get a vendor a little bit later on that will have unlimited throwables. So it is pretty nice. The throwables...
Elysion Boulevard was a regular rich people row. You wanted fancy boutiques and shops. No place better. But that was long ago, before the puppet frenzy.
The throwables do a lot of damage in the game and can be very useful in pinch situations with bosses. Keep that in mind. Now that's what the puppet string does. It can pull enemies towards you in the first tier, and then second tier you can pull yourself towards an enemy, and so on. Once you get into the final tier, you can do a leap into the air and then slam down on the enemy, which is pretty fun. Okay, so we got a new defensive part. As you can see, they are increasing in weight as we go here. So we are going to need to keep an eye on that and level up our capacity appropriately. One thing I should mention too, you saw previously at that carriage, my sword bounced off the carriage and didn't connect with the hit on the putt, and there again I hit the wall. So you got to be mindful of that, how you're swinging and where you are. Your weapon can bounce off the walls, much like Dark Souls. So just keep an eye out for that. Okay, so Gemini's emergency protection. So this basically, if you die and you have to get back to your ergo. In this game, you don't lose it all if you die again before you get to it. However, as you get hit, you will lose some of it, and if you die again, you'll lose about half of it. So it's not you have one chance to get back to your souls or back to your ergo before it's gone forever. You do have more chances to get back to it. You're just gonna lose a chunk of it. We got a little mini boss here. Not mini boss, but elite enemy. It's chunking me right now. These guys have weird swings and whatnot, so very wobbly, and there we go. Get fatal. Use a fable, bring him down. There we go. So I typically save my Fable Arts for bosses and elite enemies. So we got our first star fragment from that guy. There's the rare ergo I mentioned in the last episode. Where are the star fragments? Get where they are in the inventory here. Oh, there it is. Okay, so you can use these to summon specters that will help you in boss fights. Early game, they are pretty useful. Late game, they're more of a distraction. Don't expect them to last very long against late game bosses, but they still have their use. Okay, we got some chimney sweeper guys. That like charge attack they do can hurt quite a bit, so just be mindful of it. Come on. Okay. Wait for him to attack, but he didn't want to, I guess. There is a little guy waiting over here. Try and smack you in the face while you're trying to run over to get this item. Sharpen up here. Grab that and grab that. Got a sharp pipe. It's another throwable. Right there. All the throwables have scaling as well, which is interesting. One thing I will say is that the game definitely favors pure builds, whether it's a pure advance, pure strength, pure technique. Definitely favors that. And I would say probably the way to go in the game, if you're not doing an advanced build or whatever, is go technique. Now, if most of you know me and been watching my content for a while now, you guys know that I'm a strength guy all the way. In this game, I would say a technique or advanced builds are the way to go. Faster weapons are going to be your friend. So I would lean towards technique before strength in this game. Because these strength weapons are nice, they do a lot of damage. They do have a lot of damage mitigation and guard regain. However, they are pretty slow. And against late game bosses, you may run into some trouble in that avenue. Grab that, watch out for the guy throwing cells at you from up above. I typically go around and backstab this guy. So there is a guy up above over there, and then there's another guy too. So I normally come over here, let this guy come over, kill him over here, and then we're gonna run over this way, grab this, run over here, backstab this guy. Okay, and keep moving. You're going to want to descend, attack this guy, and completely miss like I did. Hopefully you don't. Dodge that guy. Come over here, backstab this guy. And Jesus. See how much damage they do? I almost got smoked right there. This little spot can be a little tricky early on if you're not used to the game. I mean, even when you're used to the game, I had like 1 HP right there, so goes to show you. As many times as I've done that little encounter there, sometimes it goes, very well, and other times it goes horribly. So forgot an item over here, which is another Legion magazine. Okay, so there's a dude up here. Take him out. Go up the ladder. Okay, so you heard that ding sound? That was me getting a healing item back. So I mentioned in the previous episode, when you completely use all your pulse cell charges, as you attack, you will be able to get another one back. But it's only one, so use it when you need it, so that, you know, if you're still fighting through a bunch of stuff, you can start to generate another one when you need it. And again, missed with the descending attack. Like I said, the game is gonna be trolling me this entire series. Always does. Wolong did it. Steel Rising did it. Every game is gonna do it. Okay, so the Frozen Man's Letter. You're gonna want to flip through the pages and read this, and you'll get the remembrance gesture. So as I mentioned, certain ones of these letters, you want to read all the pages, and you will get gestures or items depending on the letter that you're reading. Now, this guy, he's got some punches. Got that big wind up, and he's got that. I keep forgetting he's got that too. He does a jump attack like that. I forget about the cross swing. Yeah, I already generated another heal. I'm trying to get the charge attack, and this dude is not having it. Okay, that guy had other plans for me, clearly. Alright, buddy. If you're having trouble with this guy, you can run past him, and you can see a stargazer right past him. You might need to run a little bit of ahead, so he aggroes, because he can follow you in there, and you won't be able to use the stargazer. But yeah, that's certainly a viable strat if you're running low on healing. Yeah, so night and day difference between that last attempt and this one. I was clearly being sloppy. Okay, so we got our first amulet, Life Amulet, which increases your max HP. Every little bit helps. Slap that on for now. Okay. So we made it to the Stargazer. Now there is a merchant right here. And I am going to pop some of this ergo because he sells the weapon I was speaking of earlier. It is 1200, I believe.
Why, hello! I didn't know anyone was alive out here. I know what you're thinking, but I'm not a burglar. I'm just crashing in an abandoned house for a while. Don't worry, I won't cause any trouble. We survivors need to look out for each other. For your information, I didn't steal this.
Okay. So he sells Legion magazines, resistance ampules, throwing cells, electric blitz canisters. Now the canisters are different than the throwing cells. The canisters you just drop on the ground in front of you. Sells Gemini's emergency protection, iron protection, which you pop one of those before you're going to die, and you will hold on to your ergo when you respawn. So just something to keep in mind. And then we have the MVP of this game, the electric coil stick. This thing will absolutely carry you through the entire game. The fact that you can get it so early, it's just ridiculous. So puppets are weak to electric. So using this, we are going to be doing a lot more damage to puppets. So right now we are going to go back to the hotel and level up and wrap up the episode. And we're going to put a moonstone upgrade into our electric coil stick so that do a little more
I'll
damage
use my power
as well.
to help you. I'll use my power.
Okay. So again, we are mainly focusing on vitality and vigor right now. So I think I'm gonna put one into vigor as well. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's go talk to Jenny.
I know my way around a well.
Okay. And we have 2 moonstones, so we can put at least 1 upgrade in there. You need 7 moonstones to hidden moonstones, the base level upgrade mats to upgrade your weapon to plus 3. Then after that, it's a different material, another 7. After that, another 7 of a different material. So it's 7, 7, 7. And then there is full moonstones as well that will upgrade your weapons to plus 10. But that is going to do it for this episode, guys. We will continue on in the next one in Elysion Boulevard, so hopefully you're all doing well. Stay tuned. More coming at you. Take care.